Hey guys, this is Lola, but you can call me Lola if you like, and welcome to episode 28 of the Everybody Hates HR podcast. This is the second part of our conversation with Nana and Robert of the Social Worker and the Mentor podcast. Thank you very much for all the positive feedback on part 1, and we hope you enjoy part 2 just as much.
Yeah. So can I ask if you two have had any interactions with HR whilst you've been working?
Yeah, well, I was telling you guys earlier. Now let me get mine out of the way first.
Yeah, go on.
All right, so I haven't had the vaccine, right? Yeah,
okay.
All right, and they just kept ringing me all the time. Like, when's your injection? Are you ready for your injection? Like, no. And then you contacted me a couple of weeks after. Like, no.
No, but have you told them? Did you say you haven't had it or you're not going to get it?
No, I told them no.
Is it because of your line of work? Is that why they wanted you to get it? Because you're around loads of different people?
Possibly, yeah. No. Come on, man. Yeah. It's so but yeah.
Other than that, you cool with HR?
No, this is safe space.
It is a safe space.
You know what?
And what does your HR look like? Do you even know?
Actually, all right. So, all right. All right. So, I don't know how to say. I don't know. How to say. No, you go. Yeah.
Right. So with me, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah. I mean, HR, change of contracts, when your pay's wrong. They're long. They're so long. Like, you know, like,
oh my God.
When I got promoted from a social worker to senior social worker, like, to get my change of contract to say, okay, so you've gone up this pay scale. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they sent me like the email, like, cool. They were like, I'm gonna send you the contract in it. And then, like, you know, like, it keeps going. You don't hear nothing. You're still getting paid your old salary. I'm like, nah, listen. I thought I'm gonna get extra like £200-400 in my account. And it's like, you can't get hold of nobody. Then you call the generic number and it rings. And it rings. And it rings. Then you go online, yeah. And they literally say
it sounds like public sector.
I didn't want to say it. I didn't want to say it because that wouldn't happen in private sector.
But in local authority HR, it's so poor. And you go online and then you see somebody from HR's online. You talk to them.
Oh
hi,
God.
Good. They're online and they're green. It's like, oh hi.
They'll go away.
Hi, it's Nana. I was going to say, hi, it's Nana. Hope you're well. Can I talk to you for like 5 minutes?
Yeah.
Then it goes. The online status goes to like amber. Yeah. Then it goes to red. Busy. Then it comes on again. Yeah. It's green. Oh, all right.
No, but you see the eye. Did they see your message?
They see the message. They see the message. Yeah. It pops up in it, and then like, they've read it. Yeah. I'm getting pissed off now. You've read the message. Yeah. Then you change status, innit? Then I call. Oh, Nana, sorry, I was in a meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, but your status said you was online. Oh, sorry. It's long.
Yeah.
Local authority HR is whack.
No, it's awful.
It's whack.
I'll give you an example, right? Yeah. All right. So
you started them.
My mum works for a local authority, and I can tell you that her HR ain't cutting it.
It's whack.
It was awful. I'll give you a prime example, right? Yeah. Now, so you do overtime hours or extra hours, yeah. Right? And then a manager signs it off, right? Yeah. Right. So that, let's say 20 hours. Oh yeah, we never done it this month. And then next 20 hours you do. Oh, we haven't done it this month. You're thinking,
what do you mean? As in you didn't get paid?
Right, so I never got paid.
But that's payroll though, isn't it? It's payroll. It's all the same people.
It's all the same people.
Don't do that.
Yeah. Right. Because HR never changed my pay code, right? Yeah.
Right. And then payroll people the same whole thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. So
they're all the same.
Right. So, brother, I'm saying to Mavis, not go on. You know what I mean? No, the Mavis is telling me it's Rebecca. I said, Rebecca, walk one. Yeah, it's all mad. Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. And then what you do is like, oh, it's this person from that department.
Yeah.
Then you call that person.
Yeah.
Oh, no, then it's not tennis. Yeah. Don't call me back.
Yeah.
That is so funny.
Sounds like the ghetto.
Did you get action?
Yeah.
It got action because I went to the office.
Oh, wow.
I
Like, what floor are you on?
Yeah.
I was like, a person
Listen, they're lucky. They're lucky. And listen, for me, the reason why I got them because there was no COVID. That's how I got them. See, when it's COVID, to get hold of somebody in HR, it's long.
It's a mad thing.
I was married and had kids for
hilarious.
I'm telling you.
A lot of companies they just use like a lot of people that just want to be slack. They just use COVID as an example. Even today, they're like, since COVID, I'm like, no, COVID has come.
It's true.
It's true. It's true.
True.
Why are you not working? You can work from home. Why?
But you know what, right? Yeah, like we mentioned payroll. I actually look at payroll and HR as the same. You know?
Yeah, I do.
The same.
It's a function.
Yeah.
It's a function.
Part of HR.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's between HR
And finance. Yeah.
Oh.
But some
It's like a
payroll
bridge.
people sit within HR.
So you gotta let me know if I get fired to them, or I should have given fired to them.
No, it's payroll.
Yeah.
Do you know what's funny? As a private sector babe, so I started a new job 2 weeks ago, and my thanks guys, my pay was wrong. It was like wrong by £16,000.
What?
Oh my god! Sorry.
That's
It
mad.
was wrong by 16.
You see me?
It was down by 16k. No, on the system. So I checked the system where you check your comms thingy. So it was down by 16k, and I just sent us they've got like a service hub, and I was just like, oh hi, my pay's wrong by 16k. Literally within 5 minutes, it's changed. It's accurate now. Anything
That's what
else?
I'm used to,
Yeah,
though.
Within 5 minutes, that was I was done.
The local authority, boy.
Boy.
That's what I'm used to.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Local authority? You're waiting the next pay cycle until they
Can we just say that Nana has started sweating since talking about payroll?
Brother, I was to go gym first to calm down, you know?
No, it's true.
Mad.
Don't, when it comes to my money, don't mention me, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
This is the Ghanaian shining
I'm
again.
telling you. Hey, I will not let it go.
That's a lot, though.
It is a lot. Yeah.
No.
When I saw it, I was like,
And you're so
what's
calm
going
as
on?
well.
No, do you know why? Because I knew that
They're
they
gonna
would
fix
change
it.
it. Yeah.
Right.
And you know it wouldn't be a long time.
Yeah,
No,
yeah.
I couldn't sleep. I was not able to sleep, bro. I'm telling you.
No, do you remember the time I rang you about overtime?
Yeah.
I was like, bro, listen.
Yeah.
No,
Nah.
the idea of not being paid.
Yeah.
Like.
When you've done
So
the
when
work.
they say, oh, sorry, we didn't pay it, so we'll do overtime next month, and then next month you don't get paid.
This is what I'm saying.
Yeah, no, that's mad.
Yeah. You
Plus tax.
guys are calm. I do not want to see one penny missing in the
I'm
next pay.
telling
In the
you.
next pay, like no, seriously.
Yeah.
There's no reason for it. You have a whole month to like pattern it.
That's true.
Why is it not done?
And you know what, these people are wicked? Because what they do is, when it goes to the next month, then they tax you.
Yes.
They have the audacity to tax you. And they tax you hard.
And then you have to sort it out with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's going to happen to me because I missed the cutoff date for September.
Oh.
By the way, I haven't been paid since June because
What?
I
What?
was on maternity leave and started a new job.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, okay.
Don't
So-
do that to them.
I was about to
Sorry,
say.
sorry.
I'll say you're very calm about it. Hey.
I was about to say, like, listen, let me call the person.
It's true.
So I missed September, so I'm going to get paid in October. So I'm going to get all of September, all of October.
Oh, nice.
And no,
But
the
tax.
tax,
They're gonna tax you.
Yeah.
the tax and my sign-on bonus is all
Yeah.
in 1 month.
You're gonna get taxed.
Oh, no.
You're gonna get taxed the new.
Yeah, they're gonna use it in April.
It's
You
done,
have to-
exactly.
You're
it's
gonna have to
done.
go and take it in April. Yeah, it's long.
No, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No.
See HR, these people.
No,
It's a violation,
wait,
isn't it?
listen, this
There's
is,
more to
there's
HR.
no slander, slander.
Yeah, there's more to HR than payroll.
Yeah, exactly.
Payroll, you might need to fix up.
When we come on your pod, we'll tell you all about
Exactly.
it.
Cool.
Exactly.
You know HR, right? Yeah. What is HR? Like, what is your
Like,
like?
human resource. What's
Yeah.
human resource?
Who are you? Like, what are you about? Like,
That's a good question.
how are you supposed to please
And help us.
the employees? Like,
yeah.
Who said we're always there to please?
Oh, okay.
hey. Well,
She said, "You think we work for you?"
Your human resources, you're there to support her.
Yeah.
So, isn't it?
I
Two
think,
sides.
yeah, there's a certain level. I think depending on where you are in your career will determine how much support you give. And when
Okay.
it changes to being more business,
Working for the business.
yeah, and more commercial about how you
Okay.
think
okay.
and how you approach things.
But there's lots of different parts
Functions,
of HR,
yeah.
So like, for instance,
Recruitment.
that's part of HR. Employee relations, that's what
Yeah.
Lisa does. So like, if there's like disciplinaries, grievances, all of that stuff, you can have like learning and development for all of the.
Yeah.
I've always wanted to know, right? Yeah. I mean, I'm not a tech person. But how do you guys deal with a sickie? Like, someone who's taking liberties.
No,
Like,
people take
liberties.
Like, how do you?
They're always sick on a Friday.
Are you talking among yourself? Oh, like, yeah, Jerry's off again. What again? Yeah.
You know what?
Have you got a sick note?
People take
Do you know,
liberties.
I prefer those ones though than the long term.
You could be doing the long term for like a year.
Yeah, those
and you
ones are the
can't
ones I don't
You
like.
can't get rid of this
Well,
person.
why?
Why don't I like those ones?
Yeah, what is it? Because you have to bring them up?
Because you're a whole head count and you're not there, and then the managers are getting stressed about why can't I replace them if they're not here, but you're still there. So it just causes a lot of
Companies even paying.
and they're still paying.
Depending
Like
on policy.
if your income protection is kicked in and you're using their insurance now and getting.
I don't even know that. That's technical, boy.
Sickness is worse in the public sector because there's so many policies and procedures. Like in other companies, obviously you don't want to discriminate against people, but there's little bits of cold, flu, things that are not discriminated. In a private sector company, if you take the piss enough, you're
gone. Yeah,
you're gone.
In the public sector, even from day one, they want to be doing absence management process. Until you have 2 years service, you don't have all of your
rights.
all of your employment rights.
Yeah.
So in a private sector company, if you're less than 2 years service, they'll decide if they want to go through a process.
Yeah.
In the public sector, from day one, they're trying to do absence management. It's actually insane. So even if you've been there for 2 months, you start now having every other Friday you're sick. They'll have to start talking to you, going through process, having meetings. It's just long.
Because when I had COVID, and I was recovering, I had to get, how many was it? 3 doctors' sick notes. Yeah, when I had COVID.
Is it?
Because
You still had to get doctor's notes.
Yes, I remember when. Actually, I remember when COVID first came and I had it. It was like I had a big lung viral infection, and then what I had to do is that I had to get that certificate and send it over to my manager. Yeah, just to obviously believe me, but it's like we got to put it, Nana, on your record, innit? Because obviously, if you're not that you're lying, if you're lying about it, obviously you can't. You have to get all that stuff.
Do you know what's so? Sorry, it was so crazy. Is in like private sector. If you say you got COVID, they believe you got COVID.
Yeah, that's it.
They're not
checking nothing.
I don't see no note. It's like, okay, cool, just work from home.
How do you get because a lot of doctors won't give you sick note for COVID.
No, so my mom. So when they told me it was COVID later. So when obviously this is at the very beginning before we went into lockdown. So it went.
Oh, you got it before. You're a pioneer.
Yeah, literally. So it was before lockdown. Literally, it was Afro Nation. I came from Ghana, and then when I get off the plane.
Not you bringing COVID from Ghana.
I know.
Not you bringing COVID from Ghana.
Say that COVID started in Africa.
It didn't start there. But anyway, when I came here, when I came off the plane, I was not really feeling well, and then I think I went to work the following couple of days, and then I went in and I was just bare sweating and. My manager's like, you alright? I was fine. And then I went to go see a young person, and the young person abused me, but I was
actually a super spreader.
But that's what happened. That's what happened. That's literally what happened.
I went here and I went there.
Listen, Nana has said on recording, I got COVID before lockdown, and I came back to the UK.
He's a pioneer, you know, pioneer.
And then I sweat everywhere.
Pioneer.
I was
We didn't know it was COVID. I'm just letting you know now, innit? We didn't know. This is before lockdown. Yeah. We didn't know it was COVID.
Oh, man.
But yeah, so... And then... But yeah, so then I had to get all of my doctor's sick notes and said, oh, you got a viral infection. And then I was out. I was actually out for like, what? 8 weeks?
8 weeks?
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
So for HR, how was it for you guys, like COVID? Like, how was it? I mean, or for the HR industry, like, how was it? Like, how did you...
busy.
How did you manage and like...
That's how we all met during COVID. Yeah.
And what about policies and like, did it change? Like
we're just making them up.
We was just watching the news at 5 o'clock when Boris Johnson will come on and tell us.
What he
then
said.
the next day you just have to coincide with what he said.
Taught me, and I'm like, is that these politicians, they say and then they think after. Even like with the furlough scheme and everything, they'll come on, they'll say something. They ain't set up. They've got no backing, so they'll come be like, oh yeah, we're going to give everyone X amount of money. And then everyone's like, oh, how do we receive the money? Like, we'll come back to you. It's a decision, it's not like
vibes.
Yeah.
It was vibes.
So, like,
Oh,
for us,
man.
we were like, that's how we met on Twitter. We talked about HR stuff. And then like during COVID.
Oh, fantastic.
That's brilliant.
We just kept each other like.
I love that, you know.
Yeah, no,
Because no HR people, we didn't know what we were doing. We'd never done furlough before. We'd never,
I'd
you know,
never
had
heard
to.
of furlough until COVID.
It's mad.
I don't think none of us did.
No.
Like, what was that?
Yeah, fair enough.
We had to follow some people, and I was like, how do you do this furlough? And so I was like, oh, we just drafted the letter with our lawyers. I was like, send me the letter.
Yeah.
So then I'll use the letter for, like, I'll take it back to my company. And be like, talk to the lawyers, spend a little bit less money because we've got a good template.
Yeah.
And then, like, we're just doing that. Oh, guys, when are you guys going back to work? You know, when are you doing that, blah, blah. And we're just having those kind of conversations. But HR was, like, so busy during COVID. Everyone was looking to us for answers.
Yeah, that we didn't have.
I can imagine, man.
Yeah, I
We're
think
finding out information the same time as you. We don't have the answers.
Literally.
Because everyone watched news at the same time.
Yeah.
So they watch the news, we'll see something.
They'll see something.
And then next day at 9 a.m. comes like, so
what's happening? It's like, bro, can you just
freestyling?
It is, you know what? Yeah.
Like meeting with Boris Johnson.
Yeah.
We don't know.
I think that's what some people thought. Like companies
honestly.
knew what was going on before it was announced.
Yeah.
But I think it just forced loads of companies to think for themselves and just
it
do
did.
what they're doing.
But
like,
then it really showed, a lot of companies showed their ass. Man.
Oh, so many.
Showed their ass.
So many. Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I think, you know, I always say it because, so I was at Meta, Facebook, during COVID. And when COVID happened, they gave us £1,000 to just set up at home.
nice.
Then they gave us another £1,000.
Must be
A
nice.
couple months later, you can now work from anywhere in the world if you want. You don't
Must
have
be
to
nice.
stay in the UK.
We didn't get this.
No. That's not the industry standard.
So they
It's the industry norm.
started doing stuff like that. So Google were like, all right, let's cancel all student loans. that's literally what Google
Did they
did.
cancel student loans?
They said I will contribute to paying off your
That's
student loans.
amazing.
So all the tech companies started just copying each other, and I think that's continued.
It is,
so now like it's the companies were all global. So before I would have to fly to Israel to do training or whatever. But now I can just do a Zoom and do like a mediation or whatever it is on a Zoom.
That's what I'm saying.
Literally, like you can't complain now when you don't see somebody in the office because
you can do things.
you can do it. I can be on a walk in
anywhere.
the park and talk to you on the phone. You don't have to see me. And I think just a lot of companies, both big and small, like just decided, you know what, let's just think for ourselves because Boris doesn't know what he's doing. Just stay at home till 2021. Just what happened.
I took a pay cut. So, you know, swings and roundabouts. I was working in HR and I was at a small company. And like, we didn't have no £1,000 to give no one. We were like, guys, you guys are going on furlough? And I keep this business from going under. And like, so even though we were all in the same group chat, like, we couldn't like release a Facebook our mate. So,
For real. I was with Team Lola. I also took a pay cut for 3 months.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they paid it back.
Okay.
So and when like sometimes I put in a bit, what are you guys doing? Lisa will talk and I'll just like wait for 4 years to
Your reads? But your reads?
What are you guys doing back to work? Oh, we don't have to go.
She's like 4 years.
No. Mad.
No. COVID was crazy times, man. Crazy times. Crazy.
It was good though for like what you were saying about going to the Black Lives Matter march. I think it was good for a lot of employees to kind of like, no, actually, I'm somebody. Like let me speak up. Like let me talk about like how all these different things are affecting me. Why are my employers not speaking up? And some performative, some not. It just made a lot of companies look more at diversity and inclusion.
And a lot of Black people got the bag.
Oh, 100%. Now
that's what it done.
Black History Month is sounding a bit quiet now.
You know,
but
I swear October's around the corner. I'm not hearing anything.
It's not like that year
anymore.
What's your what's your point of view on this 4-day week that's supposed to be materializing now?
We've been talking about it on the podcast. You guys, look at you know HR. You know.
Do you want to get your CIPD qualification? Join us.
Add another
If you got good mediation skills, very transferable.
Yeah.
And also,
and you don't need to go uni, and you can still get the same bag.
And you can also collect the bag in HR.
Yeah.
On fire.
Sign me up.
Go do a day rate with one company. They will love you. Honestly. They will love you.
Okay.
I'm considering it, probably. I'm serious as well, man. Literally.
Yeah. So, yeah.
4 days.
Because listen, I don't know about you guys. I would love it.
Yeah. Give me that Friday. What? Yes, 4 days. What? Because you can do it.
You can.
Can you?
Actually, but then again, you know what? You see, as Rob, let's be real, innit? A social worker, man, 4 day week. Are we able to do what we need to do?
No, the phone rings all the time.
Do you switch off on weekends? Like, are you completely
switched
off?
I don't work on weekends.
All right, all right.
I know you do.
All right, I'll be honest with you. All right, so my role, all right, so I had burnout in February, March this year, right? Yeah, like I'll show you a picture after, right? Yeah. One day I was woke up now. Remember?
You're gonna show the picture?
I'll show you after, right? Yeah.
Okay.
Woke up one day, my left eye's hurting me, you know. Anyway, now so when I was gone by, it's getting bigger.
No.
2 hours gone by, things getting bigger now. You're thinking, right, what's going on here now? Right? Yeah. 3 hours gone by, things getting swollen now. You know, someone putting on sunglasses now. You know, right? Yeah.
Can I just ask? But I don't need to talk. Did you contact the doctor? Because I feel like a lot of men don't go to the doctor.
All right, so I didn't go to the doctor until
That's
no, I didn't go to the doctor until it was like fully swollen. I'm gonna show you in a minute.
Until he was blind, basically.
I thought it'd been in beef.
Yeah.
Really?
That was from burnout.
Right, so during that time, I had a lot of cases and not sleeping properly, and you know when you're just not, my timetable was just all over the place. I wasn't, and in my line of work, you've got to be organised and you've got to be structured and everything. Very, very important, right? Yeah, but you know sometimes you're just all over the place, right? Yeah, and I think it was just the paperwork, more cases, and in my job role, I am the team. Yeah, so there is no.
It's just you.
It's just me. Yeah. So I'm doing like 3 people's jobs, right? Yeah.
Wow.
And at the time, I just had burnout. I just fatigue. I love going to the gym. I started going to the gym, and being a bit ratty. Oh yeah, you're coming out tonight? No, I'm not coming out. Didn't want to go with none of my breadwinners or anything like that. And I just had that really, really bad burnout and everything. And then but what it taught me was like, right, you know what? No.
Not worth it.
Yeah.
No, it's not worth it. Yeah.
It's
so
not.
What I've changed now, my phone sometimes rings at 10 o'clock at night time. Oh, Robert, blah, 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 hasn't come home. Okay, we're in your shower, didn't it?
Bro.
Do you know what I mean?
Robert,
He said, I'll check in again tomorrow.
Dancer. If when it's ringing at 10 p.m, it's not for you.
Yeah.
It's for somebody else.
Right, but what I do now, I turn it off at 8 o'clock and that's I'm done now. Yeah,
That's
so
good, man.
because well-being, like you have to look after yourself.
You have
Yeah,
to.
especially
You
in
have
the
to.
job roles that you both have.
Yeah.
It's so easy to take work home with what you do.
Yeah.
It's actually it makes some of the stuff we do like feel quite trivial.
Mm.
Like actually like changing
People's
lives.
lives.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's impactful.
What you do, it's so impactful. Like you should get to rest. Do you know what I mean? Like because what you're doing is so important, you need to approach it with a fresh mind.
And I think that's why me and him saw that click, because I think I'm obsessed with making change. I'm obsessed. It's not about the money. It's not about. I'm obsessed with like, right, I want to help you.
Yeah.
Like, I want to help your situation, and I get a bit of a buzz. Like, I might get like a rotten apple, and I like transferring that rotten apple into like a bright lemon in about 6 months' time. So I like, do you know what I mean? And so but I've got to learn to say no.
Yeah.
You have to.
Boundaries.
It'll kill you if you don't.
Yeah.
Honestly. Like when the first like 2-3 years of being a social worker, all I was doing was just work. I didn't really go on holiday. I'd be that social worker who'd come in at 8:30. I'd leave the office. I'd be the last one to leave. I would leave the office maybe like 8 o'clock, and I'll go and do home visits and go and see young people and children maybe like 9, 10 o'clock, and then get home and then do the same thing.
Yeah,
and then my colleagues are like, Nana, you know what? You're young as well. Like all you do is you're just working. You don't go no holidays, nothing. So then after I was like, you know what? I actually need to do that. I need to start going on holiday, enjoy myself, and switch off. Yeah, because you can't run yourself down to the ground. It's too much, because if you do that and you die, you're replaceable.
You're being replaced.
That's not right.
Can I ask, is your HR department or your job in general? Do they provide resources for this?
Like, gonna say that.
Yeah, because your mental health is at play, you know.
Be honest with
Yeah, you be honest, because I am.
Well, we have occupation. I think our HR. I think we've got occupational health.
Not occupational health. That's not
a department,
that's not
bro.
support. Everyone has occupational.
We have occupational health.
You're already sick.
Yeah.
It's not preventing anything.
That's the thing when you show someone you have COVID.
No. What I mean is,
Are you really sick?
no.
Yeah.
What I mean is, under occupational health,
Not EAP.
you've got the counselling, maybe for social care.
Yes.
That's what I mean. You've got the counselling service and that
EAP.
Is it like it's called, so we call it an employee assistance program, where you get access to like a counsellor. You can talk to them about how you're feeling. It's kind of like anonymous.
I think we got that.
No, okay.
No, for social.
All right, so
I think it might have an equivalent. We've got that.
I'm going to be honest with you. So at the time, I was in another department, my former department.
Yeah.
And I had fantastic management, absolutely fantastic management. And they made sure that every week we spoke to a counsellor. So I'm going to be honest with you, right? Yeah. I was one of them guys. This counselling thing. What are you going counselling for, bruv? Later, that's long, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
So obviously during COVID now, I think it's one of them months. I'm feeling a bit crap. In fact, I'll be honest with you. I was feeling emotional one day. I was like, you're right. What's wrong with me? No. This is all talk now, yeah. So my ex-manager, right? Yeah.
Oh. Yeah,
she goes, listen, right? I've booked you in, right? She goes, you can't tell me no. This is the time you're going. So she bullied me. She goes, you're doing it. I'm like, oh damn. I see this woman now on the screen. What's your name? Yeah, it's Robert. Ask me, tell me about yourself. Okay, what do you want to know? I was a little bit standoffish, right? Because with counselling, you hear things about, are they trying to like dictate you? She goes, oh yeah, let's talk about your childhood. I knew she was going to talk about that. That's what you hear in it, yeah?
Yeah.
But guess what? It's the best thing I've done.
Yeah.
Oh my God, it was the best thing I've done.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, but this is generically, when I say this, a lot of people in our sector do say that the mental health is not promoted as it should be.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah. And for me, I'll give you a prime example. So social work, for example, right? Yeah. For me, it is mentally and emotionally very, very draining.
Yeah.
And as I said, generically now, I'm not mentioning any local authority for what borough, but I don't really hear my social worker friends or read or hear them talk about, oh yeah, I went to see a mental health counsellor or therapist. I don't hear none of that at all. It's just work, and that's a concern.
But also, brother, because
is.
we have to get on with it, and I think it's kind of like even like getting like abused and stuff like that. And I don't even know why social workers
Abused by who?
By parents and children and
Like
Imagine,
physical, verbal.
Yeah, physical, verbal, and it's kind of like, even me, like when I've been abused, I've never actually gone to a counsellor to go and talk about my experience. It's kind of like, well, it's the nature of the beast. You just get on with it.
Yeah.
But do you deep that
what's happening?
Been, like,
verbally
abused?
Me at work, I
will go home.
I'll go home.
Yeah.
The thing is, you deep it, but it's like, I know it's bad, but it's kind of normal.
Normalised.
Normalised. Like when a young person came out to me and he came up in my face and he's like, I'm gonna punch you up. Like I literally zoned out because I've heard it all before.
Yeah. But what if he actually punched you?
You have to punch them back, surely.
No, what? I lose my registration.
So you're punching back.
No, listen. Let me tell you what happened. Yeah, because I'll be honest with you, and this is where I think it's good that we've got you three here into the HR. I wouldn't go to, if anything happened, I wouldn't go to HR. I'd go to my union because I don't really feel HR would be able to support me as much.
That's fair.
I think that's my union. If I go to HR, I think for local authority, for me, I don't think they'll take it anywhere.
That's fair.
My union would be the ones that I would go to.
Your union is actually there
for you.
Yeah. Wasn't there a woman who said she was beaten up by was it like a 6-year-old or something?
What?
And she got money. Yeah, it was a teacher.
Oh, yeah. She got big money,
Yeah,
she got big money, Yeah.
How did he beat her up? For real?
Yeah.
There's a butter up and everything, innit? All the ankles and everything,
He bit her.
Bit up her ankle and everything, yeah. But you know, this is another point as well. So probably about 3 years ago, you know, London was going through a situation where there was so much knife crime. So during, what were you now? 2022. Yeah. So in 2020, there was 5 boys I worked with, and they all got stabbed to death. Right? Yeah.
Oh my God! In separate incidences.
Separate incidences. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
During
God.
2020, right? Yeah. But there was one in particular, right? Yeah, and I'll never forget. I went to the gym. My phone was just buzzing in the morning from about 6:45. You know, thinking, right, what's going on here? So it was members of the YOS team, the youth offending team. I was thinking, why are they ringing me for? So I thought, yeah, let me just wait till 9:30 when I start work. But they kept ringing. So they answered the phone now, and they said to me that the young person that I was working with got stabbed to death last night. You know, I sat on my bed and I cried for about an hour. You know, I cried and I cried and I cried. But it's going back to what Nana said and what you said just now. You know, when you hear a young person that has lost their life, it's normal now. It's normalized. But it affected me, you know. Yeah, I didn't go to no counselling, and no one even said to me, "Oh yeah."
How can they not have something in place?
That's crazy. That makes sense to me.
Yeah.
But it's what Nana was saying though. It's now become normalized. It's the norm now. Yeah, so we just hear it and we just get on with it. But
sorry, do you think that's part of what you were saying about people in the boardrooms and stuff being detached, like because they don't have to deal with that end-to-end experience of getting to know a child, then you having this back and forth, and then
it's
bigger than HR.
No, it's not, because even in our line of work, the people at the top are still also very detached, but it's our jobs to bring those sort of things in, and we do. So why is their HR not doing that?
I do think that kind of not being there. I think even if you try, you might not, depending on how hard you try and how smart you are, you might not even hit the nail on the head. You might think, oh yeah, people need some counselling, or like, for instance,
but attempting is better than nothing.
But HR know when this stuff is happening, which is why I'm bringing it to the board members. Do they actually know? Because the board members will have statistics of, you know, how many young people have passed away and all of that stuff during their social work. Does that get shared with HR? Because if HR don't have that information, there's no way they're going to be able to implement. But it should just be a
norm, though. If you work in a factory as a HR department, you'll know that health and safety is going to be your thing. They should just know what the risk of that company is.
Kind of things HR are aware of, not brought to their attention. Like with COVID and pandemic, and when it came to,
but it should be though.
That's what I'm trying to say. It's really poor.
That's right.
It should be, but I don't think it's brought to attention. But it's like with COVID, when COVID kicked in, and it was about social distancing, how you're going to work. HR were all over us.
But see, that's just misplaced.
Getting those calls. I think the fact, I had about 5 or 6, 7, 8 presentations with HR about the vaccine. This is the reason why. This is the reason why. This is why.
Well, they're chasing you and calling you every 2 weeks.
But other things, I don't think they're aware of it.
That's what I'm saying. I'm going to the board people, because if they were in that position, they'll be like, look, I can't keep getting to know children and then they're dying. I can't deal with that mentally or physically, and then something will be done. But if there's the detachment between HR and that, it's not going to happen.
I'm going to ask you guys an HR question, right? Should it not be compulsory though? So you know, like the last 2 years, you know, the word mental health has been on everyone's lips.
It's a buzzword.
You know, whether it's personal, work, you know, friends that we know, whatever, whatnot. But should it not be compulsory that HR or HR telling management that make sure that your staff members
100% should be. At Facebook, there's a whole team that look at phishing stuff and, you know, things like child pornography that come through and people being beheaded. They have an on-site psychologist all the time. Because,
people being beheaded?
Yeah, you know, all the stuff that comes through on they're the ones that filter it so that it doesn't get to the wider public. But they have an on-site psychologist and a wider therapist team.
That's good,
because they're constantly looking at these things.
But would that come from the top?
You're right. No. You're right. It wouldn't. But of course, the psychologists, the risk. You're right. The risk is there. But this is what I'm saying. HR will know that risk because it would have been communicated to them by people who have expertise in that area, and those board people would have the supposed expertise in social work to be able to communicate to HR and say,
and let them know.
Yeah, this is what my social workers on the ground are experiencing. If there's no communication there, it's not going to happen.
But unions and HR should talk. Like your union
They
reps
should.
should have
They
relationships
should.
with HR.
They should. But like you're saying, it's your norm though. So are people communicating in a way like they need help?
I haven't really gone to HR and told them, oh, this is what's happened to me. And I think maybe it's wrong, but at the same time,
I don't think many people do, bro.
But
it's not even for you to tell. Like,
if you don't have that,
your manager knows.
Oh yeah, my managers, they know.
So then, the managers are communicating
because they're social workers as well. So the managers, they definitely know.
There's people in your team.
Oh yeah. Now that I'm a manager, I mean, I get social workers speak to me all the time and say, they're affected by this visit. I had a social worker who said a mum was abusive to her in a meeting. So she asked me to go on a home visit with her, and then I did, and the mum was quiet because the mum knows you can't do that with you can't talk around with me. I'm here, the manager's
That's
here.
it, man.
I actually think there needs to be like what you said, Lisa, so correct. And you point like the unions need to be talking to HR, but like if for instance when those things happen, I'm sure you're really sad, like, and you might have spoken to people, but would you go to your union and said, this is the occupational thing that I'm having to do?
Yeah,
that's right.
Maybe not.
Do you know, I'll tell you what though, right? Yeah, so I worked in a school for 8 years, okay, yeah? And I'll tell you what, in education, that's more of the format because unions don't ramp in education, as you guys know. And one thing I do know, I know they're very much liaising with HR quite closely.
Regularly.
But in local authority, that's not so much the case from my experience.
That's a bit sad.
That's very sad.
Yeah.
During COVID, you spoke about how COVID was. COVID was for sure one of the worst experiences from a HR perspective because we had to do where I work. We had to do redundancies, and I had to lead that process. And just going to work and telling people that they're losing their job was enough for me.
It's hard.
No one died.
It's
no one
hard.
dying. Not where I worked anyway. So to tell someone that they're losing their job, man. I found it so destroying.
So
to find someone died.
So what did you have to pick up the phone and tell them?
It's
a whole process.
It's on Zoom or
Zoom.
No, for real.
Yeah, it's a whole process.
Yeah. Listen, I felt that almost broke.
I had one guy say, how am I supposed to pay my mortgage? What are you supposed to say? What are you supposed to say?
Man.
Because there's nothing you can do.
Even that's enough for...
that's difficult.
That's
difficult, man.
My manager's like, I know it must be so hard for you to go through this. And no one is dying. So even to have built a relationship with somebody, even the process of grief in itself, it's really crazy to me that support is not
there for you guys. Yeah. It's wild. I won't lie.
I would I don't know if we'll ever get many social workers watching this or people in the local authorities, but I would say that if people are dealing with that, then it is an occupational hazard within, and I would say definitely raise it with your unions. And even if you don't necessarily have interaction with HR, there's always you can always make your own opportunity. Say what are we doing around this?
That's right.
You only take 1, 2, 3.
That's true. For something to be done,
it's
true.
Yeah, that's right.
It's true.
Good point, man. Good point. Yeah.
Making change.
Yeah.
Let's think.
1 hour 28.
What?
Wow.
Jesus.
Having fun.
It's true.
Yeah. Listen, this has been fantastic.
I've had a great time. Honestly, I've
Thank
enjoyed it.
Listen, okay, I'll say my point of view.
Go on.
I love you three guys' energy. I think you guys are fantastic. I'm going to be honest with you. Because when you do think of HR, it's not exactly, oh, God, it's great.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It's very blasé, corporate, structured, regimented. Have you got this?
Ignoring you.
Yeah. So this is refreshing. This is actually quite refreshing, you know what I mean? Yeah.
Don't spread the word. You can't hate some people after, but
that's true.
But we do it.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, man. So, but I love your energy.
Thank you.
Honestly, no, I actually
fantastic, man.
I'm home here, honestly.
Yeah.
It's so energy is just so nice. It's chilled.
Yep.
It's lovely to see black women.
Oh,
do
yes.
Well, I'm clapping. I'm clapping to black women do so honestly.
So in January, we're starting to bring guests on. So you guys,
coming on.
We'll be ready.
We'd love to.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for coming as well.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I learned a lot.
Same.
I've learned a lot.
I have loads more questions, but
we don't have enough.
Yeah.
Maybe a part 2 before January or something.
Oh, that'd be great. Yeah. That'd be great.
Part
Yeah.
2, definitely.
That'd be nice.
Nana will bring his Milo.
Yeah.
You actually need to make it. You need to make it. Put it in the flask that keeps it warm.
I'm actually gonna come and bring it on. Honestly, I swear. I'm gonna actually.
You might as well bring the jollof and supermarket.
It's true. Bring it all.
Come, we're doing part 2 and we're eating food.
Yeah, Lola bakes. So she can bring the cake.
I'm bringing the rice. I'm bringing the rice, man.
Okay.
I'm bringing the rice.
I actually like Ghanaian jollof.
Oh, you like Ghanaian jollof?
I do.
But I use golden cellar. It's not like
it's like the middle ground, isn't it?
Okay, no. She's on the right.
Yeah.
I'm the same.
The right direction.
But yeah, thank you guys.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
for having us.
Please remember to like, share, comment, subscribe, YouTube, all TikTok, Instagram, all the good stuff, and please plug yourselves. Make sure you put yourself in there.
We are the Social Worker and the Mentor Pod. You can find us on TikTok. We're also on Instagram. We're also on Spotify. My is at Nana Yabi.
Mine is at Switch the Geezer and also at Let's Talk with the Mohawk.
We'll plug everything in the description.
Yep. And you might catch Nana making some Milo. Sorry, I'm Nigerian. Milo on TikTok.
Definitely. Thank you, man. Thank you.
That's a wrap, guys.
Bye.
Bye.